Hello and welcome. We are getting started with the final match. Before we get to the finals, EDG versus Gen G. Both teams have had a pretty straightforward route to getting here. Gen G 3-0 Cloud9, unfortunately killing off the last hope of NA just a few days ago. EDG facing up against RNG and having a pretty good match, I would say. Did take the win over the spring champion, so summer is greater than spring. You've heard it here first. But now EDG comes across what may be a solid challenge, because Gen G has not been the Gen G that has been sort of forecasted and expected in these playoffs. A lot more proactivity, a lot less waiting to die, and a bunch more sort of a higher level of play, like specifically out of BDD on his Zoe, kind of really saved Gen G from losing at least game 3 against Cloud9. EDG on the other side against RNG. Yeah, that did go 2-5 games. Very close situation, and it ended up having to get decided in a 5th game with some pretty masterful turnarounds and roundabouts. Unfortunately, Xiaohu unable to carry like he needed to on the Gwen, but Flandre has been sort of the super stable part of EDG's game plan, and I think they're actually going to ban that out. Okay, so let's see what we're actually going to... Let's jump on into this draft so far. So EDG taking high prio, the Nami not even getting banned out by Gen G. Not really much of a surprise there. It's kind of Viper versus Ruler. One of the best AD carries, if not the best AD carry in the world in Viper, is taking this Lucian. Might go with the Nami as standard combo. Should make the bot side a super scary situation. On the other side, though, Gen G, Ruler, highly respected AD carry as well. Contending for probably top 5 AD carries in the world, I would believe. And that's going to be the Misfortune Lulu combo. So Enchanter versus Enchanter bot side. And I would not put it too far past Ruler and Life to be able to one-up the Lucian combo over on EDG's side of it. Meanwhile, the bans, we're just flying through this, actually. This draft's gone super fast here. Syndra, Aphelios, Graves, Azir, Kennen, Ryze, Jace, Yuumi, LeBlanc, and Twisted Fate. Twisted Fate, LeBlanc, not that big of a surprise. The Syndra getting banned out against BDD is not that surprising, considering the champion's now been remembered and realized to be a super powerful pick because of the reversion of the Q damage. Meanwhile, though, Gwen's got to get picked up by Rascal, and I kind of see the Zoe coming in for BDD if Scout doesn't take it away from him. The Azir getting banned out, the Kennen getting banned out, and the several options, there's several things getting taken out there. Flandre's gonna pick up the Jax. We're just going through here. Scout's gonna pick up his Orianna, which he's got a pretty good set of delivery systems with Flandre and JJ on the Jax and Jarvan respectively. What does Gen G round this comp out with? Because I really actually want to see BDD on this Zoe. I may be maybe a little bit too optimistic or too hyped from it. And is that a Seraphine mid? That's going to be a Seraphine mid out of Gen G. Well, this just got super interesting here. So Gen G looking for a fantastic Wombo combo potential here with the Encore into the bullet time from BDD and Ruler, just fusion highing themselves into a dead EDG. And this could get really interesting here because both teams are kind of looking for a team fight. You could have a split push option from either top laner. Because Jax and Gwen, I think, end up sort of evening each other out as the game progresses. But yeah, this could be really powerful, really interesting here. But this does mean that sort of Gen G are kind of forced to play super close together, not really allowed to go far ahead. Gwen, I think, ends up being like the piercing, the tip of the spear of this comp. All right. And meanwhile, Gen G with Edward Gaming, a much more, at least sort of standard comp, I would say. Orianna has been super reliable, or has always been super reliable. We didn't get to see a lot of it out of Mad Lions in their Damn One game the other day. But it's still here. Still scales very well. So both teams pretty happy to scale, I would say, more or less. Both AD carries kind of a little questioning on that part. The MF does scale surprisingly really well, especially if it's a lethality build. I would bet against that on account of the Jarvan and the Jax. But that remains to be seen here. So otherwise, though, we're kind of looking at LPL champion versus like third or fourth place Gen G here. I'm trying to actually remember what they placed in their region. Gen G. LCK. Where are you? So Spring, Genji took second, and LCK 2021 Summer. Oh, they took at least second in the regular split, and then ended up being T1. Yeah, T1. So Genji actually, yep, I remember this now. I'm remembering this now. Genji actually went to the finals back in spring against Ambankia and got 3-0'd. Fingers crossed for them. They actually get a much better turnout for this match against the LPL champions. But EDG looking like the favorites of the tournament next to Damwon Kia. That kind of would be the forecast for this game. So it's kind of Genji on the back burn, kind of looking to see if they can upset expectations here. I think honestly, like Genji's did a decent bit of upsetting expectations with how they played against Cloud9 and really kind of bringing themselves back into that third game that Cloud9 should have won. But if they actually end up sort of taking it to EDG and kind of surprising, and EDG has their choking problems, it could end up being an entirely Korean final. And wouldn't that do a lot of work for the global narrative of who's got the most powerful region in the world? Trades out bot side here. Casters versus casters. Couldn't it be pretty bloody, honestly, because I think Viper is going to want to actually play super aggressive and really just take his advantage with the Nami and just kind of on cooldown just go in. As I recall, though, the Lulu ends up kind of winning this duel here bot side, mostly because she can just turn the high damage trade that is the Lucian into a squirrel. And you kind of lose a lot of time and a lot of ability to fight like you want to. Ruler and Life going to be in a little bit of trouble here. It's going to actually be an exhaust on to Ruler, and it's not even level 3 available, so Life can't even turn into a squirrel right yet. Ruler is going to go down. Life doing everything he can to actually trade it back here. It's going to be a first blood onto the Lucian, but second blood onto the Lulu. And now the teleports have come in. BDD has arrived, but he's just a supportive Seraphine. So these teleports from Scout and BDD not really leading to much right now. And we're going to kind of be backing away. Might even get an early back. Mako is going to try to actually like prevent some backs. At least get one. First crab here, bots is going to go over to Clid. Topside crab still available, so JJ shouldn't be able to shouldn't fall too far behind. All right, and that's going to be the opener for it. So Ruler and Life super far forward, trying to really like trade this one out. It's still even with their levels, but Flash exhaust onto Ruler just puts him into such a terrible position. He does flash away from the knockup, but actually the flash followed by JJ does secure it. Last minute shield goes down to buy just enough time for Viper to get traded out. And now and then those teleports came in for not really a lot, honestly. And that'll actually be a problem. So if the prio in this mid lane between Orianna and Seraphine goes in Orianna's favor, which I would expect until BDD gets some levels into his Q, could be a lot of trouble, and that's a very good prison there by Mako. All right, so this game's not going to be passive at all, it looks like here, especially if both teams are going to be playing bot side. Both top laners, I think, are going to be left on an island. Teleport's not even used yet. It doesn't even look like they've had their first backs. This game feels like it's going so fast. I might be just too hyped for just these final days of the tournament. Alrighty, so yeah, just still keeping up simple clears right now. Seraphine can eventually get to where she does very easily clear out the entire wave, like in 2 spells with her E and her Q, especially if she gets the double proc, the extra notes sort of damage on the Q, because it'll just melt. It'll just instantly melt the wave. Top side focus. Rascal actually going to be able to walk this one back and preserve his teleport. Flandre has yet to back, and they haven't traded themselves back and forth all too much just yet. One more pot in on his consumable there for Flandre. No. Oh, good trade there onto Viper. No squirrel. That needs to be like the play here. I'm wondering why Like Life's level 4 now, that should be the go-to spell to just prevent Viper from having any chance to do anything in these trades, let alone like when it was the all-in earlier. It's kind of its own like exhaust minus it being like, you know, a 3-minute summoner cooldown. Yep. BDD should be able to get at least half of a turret plate here. And that'll be a good start there for Genji. Level 6 has been acquired by BDD. That's going to be a bubble onto Ruler, but no follow-up damage there from Viper and Mako. And looks like they will back off to go by. All right. Let's see what else. Oh, that's going to be a last minute go in there. And the Ruler's going to go down here. That's going to be an easy kill. Teleport's going to come in here from Rascal. I think he's going to have to hit proc his ghost if he wants to try to catch this. Life trying to speed him up. You're trying to get him into this here. Viper, you're going to go down here. Exhaust's going to go on to Rascal, but I don't think it's really going to matter. The needlework is not going to get there, and the bubble from Mako is everything. JJ's even going to get himself out, and there's not enough. Teleport wasted. Flandre able to actually like that equals out the teleport's top side. Flandre's going to get some alone time with this turret top side. Going to be able to deny these waves. That was a very nice attempt there by Genji, but it just will not be enough. And EDG will make out of that play like bandits. Dead Ruler. Clid will get the counter play of at least getting the dragon secured. I think BDD is going to come on over and help him out. Gonna walk over this board, clear that out. So this is getting a little dicey here for Genji, because that's about 2 plays that have not gone in their best favor. That first kill that Genji got went over to the Lulu, and this is just like Viper and like Mako just act like they've left. They actually wrap around the alcove, I believe. No, they just come on in through this vision. They know there's no vision available, and Ruler just ends up being nowhere near. And was the shield by Life even put on, or was that just burned through by that damage? Nani, what? Well done, Kobe. Well, now Viper should be able to actually carry hard. He's gotten 2 kills on this Lucian. CS lead is 10 in his favor. And this may be an adjustment in the tournament meta because we're seeing an entirely like bot side focused situation here. We haven't really seen too much of that, like maybe a bit from T1 in the playoffs just because of the nutty talent that is Gumayushi. But it looks like Ruler and Viper are going to be the focuses. Is how this has gone so far, because topside has just been either teleporting back to lane or teleporting bot, and that's been sort of the name of the game. And Scout coming topside, so it might actually be making a liar out of me. Herald is up. 8:30 is about to come and go, and looks like EDG is going to start it. Clid's going to be trying to spot this one out. Flandre playing screen, not allowing Rascal to come. And that's going to be Mako. He gets slowed, does not get the stun out. He's going to put the wave up, but he's still going to go down here. Kill goes over to Clid. And this Lee Sin has been a menace. I don't care who's playing it, because the talent level at this tournament for these Eastern mid laners is actually off the charts. But anyone gets Lee Sin, they have the playmaking GOAT in terms of champions. Clid going to find himself a JJ. Gonna trade that damage back. He's gonna kick him out, and that's gonna be a dead one. Life's gonna secure the kill. Gonna body block out so Clid can survive. Bloodthirsty support here? Question mark? I don't understand why he's not giving that one over to Ruler, considering Ruler is so far behind. At this point in the game, like, you know, 400 gold behind at least, I would think, with the 2 kills. So, alrighty. Fair enough. Good catch there by Clid. Once again, going back to the playmaking potential that is the Lee Sin. Yep. What are you doing? That's better. Yeah, go for a dive on to onto Rascal and maybe even secure themselves a bunch of turret plate kills. It's down to 3 turret plates left on that top side. It's kind of gone in Flandre's favor, especially after that teleport that did not go so well for Rascal bot side. But Clid and Gen G setting themselves up for... Yeah, they control. They have plenty of vision down their bot side. They just don't have the tri-brush. Rascal being put on the back foot here quite significantly, trying to clear out these waves. I think they're trying to read this situation here, JJ. Just trying to look around. I think they want to get a gank onto the bot lane of Gen G and then transition that over to the Drake. 45 seconds left till this Infernal Drake turns up. We're going to have a Cloud or Mountain Soul. Now they're roaming on through. The ward is going to see all 3 of them. The warding should be able to actually see them. That one little ward as well as the Scuttle Crab vision. Clit's going to start moving himself over and around. Trying to make sure there's no vision available here. Trying to maybe catch Scout. Encore available. It's not going to get put out yet by BDD. These teams are, I think both these teams right now are looking for a easy pick to guarantee themselves this next Drake. Gen G get themselves second Drake. It'll keep them on a positive, path. Alright, Jay's just going to back out. 5 seconds left. I think just calling this Rascal and Flandre getting a big batch of trading there. Teleports available for both these top laners. Not able to actually get... Still, both teams walking up to the edge and then backing away. And it's weird because, Dragon's up and available, but neither of these teams are really willing to, get into the river and be, the first ones there. JJ's going to go topside. His clock's running out on this Herald, so they need to actually get something done here. Teleport's going to get used by both top laners to get back into lane. But Rascal might find himself without a turret here soon. 3 turret plates left. Scout has arrived as well. And he's going to use his needlework to at least clear out the regular wave and get some damage up, but Rascal just needs to exit stage right. There's not much else to be done here. They didn't even worry about attacking him or getting a kill onto Rascal. They're just going to take first turret, get all that gold funnel into Flandre, Scout, and JJ. And now Rascal's going to get traded out here very unfavorably. Clit is available, and I think he saw him, so Flandre, going to jump away. So EDG with the gold play so far. Second Drake still up and available. Clay not really able to get the counterplay since he was topside. So EDG getting kind of an unpunished play right there with the Herald. Now you see if Gen G can, at least within the next minute, find a counterplay, but everyone's kind of resetting and coming back out onto the map. And this is going to allow EDG to actually to set themselves back up for a bot side play. JJ's already heading that way. He's already got his Gore Drinker. So that's mythics for everyone but the mid laners right now and the supports. And Viper's going to go down again here. Viper's going to get Ruler once more. Just the all in. Life not close enough. Ult available. I'm really wondering why they didn't... he's got the Ignite to prevent the heals from the ebb and flow. But Life just steps too far away and Ruler steps too far forward. And it just does not allow for... Oh, and the Encore is actually going to tag on. Scout is actually going to bring Clit a little bit closer, but he will survive this. No mana on him. Tidal is going to hit 3, and I think Clit is going to get the health, but he's going to be brought low, so low it will not be enough damage from Viper. And that'll be second Drake for EDG. So EDG, with the proactive plays, are back on this. They are taking over this early game, and Gen G, pre-50 minutes, not a lot to show for. 3 kills on the board, but first turret, first Herald, EDG get their first Drake. But yeah, that's all Gen G has to show for. They have 2 kills on their support. Clid's not been able to get much more than that kill. That kill, when was that? Just that kill onto JJ when he sort of got a little bit too excited about getting the jump onto Clid. So Gen G, not a lot to really be done here. And we're kind of seeing with the Gen G that some of our analysts were scared of seeing, just the do-nothing Gen G. Doesn't look for plays, doesn't really get anything done, no proactivity. And that's the most proactive player that we had in the last Gen G series against Cloud9 was BDD, and he goes for kind of the wrong character in the mid lane. He goes for Seraphine instead, which is going to be great for team fights and stuff. The heals, the zoning, the damage, the shields. It's going to be it's going to be pretty great. but you've got to be at least with enough gold to contest for it. And it's just not happening. Second Herald's going to go over to EDG now, so Gen G not really getting anywhere with this, not finding anything to do, not making a cross-map play. Like, Ruler and Life are leaving bot lane right now, but I think that's going to be, it'll be just enough to like maybe push EDG off. Because EDG does not have all their members up and available. They're starting to route themselves through their jungle to get there. So this might be a 5v5 fight on this Herald. Herald losing patience. It's only got like a quarter of its patience left, down to red. It's going to reset. Now we have a full situation. Yep, fully reset situation. Now this should be where the team fight of Gen G really is able to go off here. The zoning from the Seraphine should be able to get a lot done. Herald's been procced up by EDG. It's going to start at least favoring the damage of Gen G, but they need to find something. BD needs to like land a root or something. I don't know what they're really waiting on here, because Gwen, it's going to get secured, and now they need to push them off of it, but he's going to just jump on in. Flandra's going to jump in. He gets the Herald. Clid's going to be able to kick him away. He's brought so low, and he's going to get finished off here by... No, the Gore Drinker buys a little bit more time here. JJ goes down, and so has the Nami, and now it's going to be a full-on teamfight win here for Gen G, it looks like here. Viper trying to get something done here on the backside, but he is exhausted, and he's going to be able to jump out the backside. Life, with his bloodthirstiness, is going to actually get the kill on to Viper, and now it's a scout left. Ruler's probably going to get traded out here just fine. He's got the shields and a little bit of heals, but there it goes. And the Herald was collected by Flandre. Like, the kill advantage is over in Gen G's favor, but that still feels like it's going to end up being an EDG win. A little bit of priority, advantage, a little bit of momentum advantage, maybe for Gen G after that. And the team fight was in their favor. Like, Seraphine did work with just all the AoE heals and zoning and the roots and the... I didn't get to see what the Encore went on to. I'm going to see actually what does BDD get done here, because Flandre goes in to actually secure it. The Encore hasn't gone out yet. Ruler gets his ult in and dives away. And then here comes the Encore across, actually just makes sure that Flandre can't really get much else done. And then it's just Viper left alone in the pit with Scout on the outside trying to help out. And really, just forced to go back in. And BDD not really able to prevent Scout from just bullying everything away, because Scout has plenty of mana. He's got blue and red buff. Alright, so that's how that plays out. Just Encore on to Flandre just to make sure he's secured and down. But really, yeah, really good damage there from the mid lane and bot lane of EDG. They really feels like they kind of won that fight. Like, I know they didn't actually win, and Ruler getting bullied down again. He's going to be brought to 100 health. Viper just bullying this guy. 4-2-2 on the Lucian. Not to be trifled with. 2.5 items. He's got the Sheen, which might as well be its own legendary item for how much that just boosts the auto attack damage on this character. And Gale Force for extra mobility. So it's Gen G are in the hurt right now. 3,000 gold lead for EDG. And we're going to need to see... Still need to see more out of Gen G here. Alrighty. I'm still really perturbed by how many kills Life has gotten. Like, he's been super bloodthirsty, which, like, is kind of support after my own heart, but, like, I also want to win the game, so I want those 3 kills on my Misfortune, even on my Seraphine, who's gone Everfrost, so can't really tell how heavy AP she's going with this. It will be, like, a forever stun situation. Now we go into another teamfight situation. Double control board, a little excessive, but we'll guarantee the damage. The Dragon will be started up by Gen G. They should be able to hold this pretty much for a long time. A lot of plenty of sort of shields and heals from BDD and company. Scuttlecrab's going to go over to EDG. And now, can an angle be acquired here? Oh, it's going to be a shockwave, and that's going to be a dead Clid, actually. He's going to be able to get himself a little bit of just enough damage, but the engage is true from EDG. They secure themselves their second Drake, and now it's time to go in. Viper's going to get kicked away, but he's not going to be able to get finished off. He'll be able to just dash away, and Clid goes in to finish him off here with the auto attacks, but now it's going to be a fight on 2 fronts here. BDD and Clid trying to beat out JJ and Mako, and they win that. Gen G get the fight. They get a dead jungler and a dead AD carry. We're 20 minutes into the game here. Are they bold enough? I think they are. Health bars a little in shambles, not an incredible amount of mana. BDD is going to back off and teleport back in. He should be able to actually come back with full mana. And EDG, are they aware of this possibility? They're just going to clear out mid lane, but this is going to be Baron for Gen G. Teleport in from BDD topside, and he's going to start moving forward here. Scout's going to smell it out, but this Baron's already at half health. It's going to take them a while, but they have not taken too much damage just yet. The two support combo of the Lulu and the Seraphine is going to mean that these, like, Rascal, Clid, and Ruler are going to get way more mileage on their champions than they normally would. So, fun, interesting draft here from Gen G. Does kind of require a ball comp, which is, like, super simplistic. This is where ball is, yeah. Orianna Orb on JJ. This go and get the shockwave off. BDD flashes it like a G. Clid just eats it and is able to survive the situation. Gets this, yeah, gets the, oh, there's the double snare onto Viper, and Clid just waits for exhaust to go away and gets it off and gets Viper down. Once Viper goes down, like, all the big damage is sort of gone here. Scott's already used his ultimate, and he's separated by this wall, so they get the easy kill onto the jungler, and that basically prompts Gen G. It's like, yep, time for Baron. Time to go, and now Gen G with Baron. Now they're going to actually get themselves, they could get themselves a lot of priority across the map, or get all three lanes pushing, get their vision line across the river in the best case scenario. But now, and here's the weird thing. 1,000 Red Bull Baron power play so far, and EDG still 1,000 gold ahead of Gen G right now. This is getting a little silly. Jack's going to teleport topside. It's going to be... Oh, Gen G need to do something, because that turret's going to go down. Yep, and Rascal's on the wrong side of the map for this. He's going to back off to go meet Flandre topside, but that's going to be 4 turrets to 0. I was not aware of this at this time, but that might be why EDG are still winning this. And Flandre is not going to be shy about this. Ult has to be used by Rascal there. But yeah, Flandre is kind of the easy win condition for EDG outside of just Viper just team fighting the crap out of this. Gen G with no turrets so far? Like how... Oh, that explains so much. It explains why they're so low on gold here right now. They have to play the ball comp. This is actually the great weakness of playing something like this, like a Sona, a Seraphine comp, is that your team can only be at one place at a time. Because they are relying on the support of... is the support of AoE heals and shields from the Seraphine to get anything done. Well, at least I have Freak here on the cast as well to help me understand some of the mathematics. I still kind of prefer the LDR with just the max health damage. Did Freak do his math wrong? I don't know, but I'm okay betting on it. Not because I think he'll be wrong. I just like to be contrarian. Yep, Bubble connects onto Clip, but yes, Gen G get their first turret. Thank goodness. But now, here comes the 1-3-1 split advantage here. Flandre's going to be left on. He's going to be able to get EDG their 5th turret. Because, yeah, Rascal's left topside against Scout. And it's a pretty simple and free and easy trade for EDG. Yeah, this is going to be really rough here for Gen G. Once again, Rascal can only match one side lane at a time. Meanwhile, like, what needs to happen is Gen G need to be forcing wherever their 4-man squad is, this one force, but they're doing their 4-man squad needs to be able to just push themselves, force themselves onto the 3-man defense of EDG, basically, to secure, you know, whatever objective they're kind of shooting for right now. Mountain Soul on the table here, at least prime for Mountain Soul. Clid, you're little out of position there. But Gen G, reset, gold spent, LDR and Gale Force on Ruler, and now Drake's gonna get started by Flandre. He'll be able to soul this just fine, and now it's just on to Mako, Viper, and company to prevent Gen G from getting in here all too free. But there it goes. Mountain's already gone. Gen G too slow on the play, too slow on the reset. And now all they get to do is sort of like walk around the jungle, maybe get themselves some prio in mid here. They can actually trade out this turret. They're waiting on a wave here mid-side, and Flynt is going to be able to actually just move himself into bot lane. And, yep, that forces Rascal back. So Genji can't trade once again. 2,000 gold lead with EDG. Even with that Baron at like 21, 22 minutes from Genji, like this is still in EDG's favor. Genji just cannot, do anything. This Seraphine cannot be left alone. It can barely side lane. It's a very vulnerable character. This ends up being like it's going to be great for team fights, but they're just not forcing the team fights. And EDG are just kind of like out rotating them. Like they like both teams can see the timer on the mountain dragon on the spawn of the Drake, but EDG is the only one actually getting there like 30 seconds ahead of spawn to make sure the vision's cleared, they're set up, and then they just need to figure out where Genji is going to come from. They know if they just have a 4-man wall to sort of slow them down, it's going to buy like the one person needed, Flandre, to clean up the Drake. So this is just getting really, really dicey and really less than good for Genji. 25 seconds till Baron. Looks like Genji are going to actually try to clear out all the vision in this topside jungle. And it's going to force EDG to walk into them. That one ward is all that's there. And now EDG need to play this carefully. One blue trinket goes out. It's going to be able to spot BDD. No. Calling out from Vipers. Not getting too much done here. Plenty of shields coming out. BDD. That's the power of the Seraphine. Clid in a compromising position. Well, now Genji have given up the river control. It's going to be a little weird. BDD is out of mana now. This is actually getting super weird right now. His build is costing him so much here. Should have gotten like a tier or a Seraphine's, honestly, but he's in love with his Cosmic Drive for a second item. And now he has to leave to like teleport back in. 2 control wards on life, but EDG, they now have control of the entire map here. Flandra's gonna go ahead and take this mid lane turret. This is so lackluster, really. And he's getting himself another support item. I think he's heading for the Kim tank. Oh, it's going to be a big ultimate there. It's going to try to catch on the Viper. Here comes the bullet time here, and Viper is going to go down here. Shut down gold over to Ruler, and now comes the play. Now here comes the opportunity. It's going to be a kick into the wall here, trying to get Scout down. Clid's going to follow for it, but it's going to be a shockwave onto him. He's going to put the Gore Drinker. Big heals them, and Rascal is there to support. Meanwhile, Flandra's in the backside trying to fight 1v3, but it will not do. Shut down gold over to BDD. The shields and heals for the Seraphine are too much. And now BDD Genji, they will secure the second Baron for them, and there might be some life left in this team in this game. He still gets it. He doesn't need bubbles. He's got the power of music and dead crystal scorpions. All right, can Genji now start to... Can they double their current turret score with this Baron? Good route there on to Flandre. Even get the Everfrost on. But then they see Viper. He flashes, and Viper just... He jumps into it. The double route off as well to follow, and there's just no chance for him. Rascal is just given the go button. Him and Clid decide, go on in, kick Scout into the wall. Clid follows him all the way, eats the shockwave, but he's just got so much shields and heals from the Sterix, from the Gore Drinker. Scout's brought to like 100 health, and Flandra's just left out to die. And that, I love that shutdown gold going over to BDD, because the more supportive elements that BDD has, the more the brawl of Genji will just become impossible to deal with here. Rascal will just become unkillable. Clid will become basically a reliable damage dealer, and Ruler will be untouchable because life will probably be pocketing him. So this Genji comp working out, but now they need to posture for this here. Ruler cannot get caught out here right now. Trying to spot him out here, trying to get this mid prio, but they are not positioning to actually like hold control over this river, and this is less than ideal. Yeah, EDG do have the positioning here. They've got the game-winning option of this soul. Vision fight's coming out. Rascal looking for an option. Waiting to see if they're actually going to start it. Drake has been started. They're going to be able to see this now. EDG, Rascal trying to get the full, and they're going to actually get the kick on. It's going to put Viper into Rascal's hands. The Clid's actually going to go low. He's going to go golden here, but this is going to allow Rascal to get exhausted. He's going to have to go golden as well, and there's not much else to really be done here. Ultimate's already been spent. Still the Encore available. It's actually going to get spent out as well. They're just trying to get this Drake down, but it's still got half health. That's going to be a jump on to Ruler and to Life here. Stop JJ. He's going to be able to go back in. This soul's going to go over, and it's going to be secured there by JJ. And now Gen G. Not a good fight there. Not a good click decision there by Kled. He thought Rascal was going to be able to actually clean that one up. I don't know if who was kicked actually like flashed to redirect it, but that was not where the target needed to go. It needed to go into the other three members of Gen G. So I want to see this here because Kled goes in, he gets the kick, but it's just not a really good kick. Viper's able to like flash and dash away, and he kind of just gets to turn around, get some good damage onto Rascal, and the needlework just can't get anything done. Rascal dies upon spawn. Flandre goes golden just long enough, and even the Encore just can't get anything done. They root up JJ, but he can just flag and drag out of that like post movement buffer for free. Yeah, and that's done. Do we have a pause? We do have a pause. And Klid spilling water. Clutch moments here for everyone. It shouldn't take too long. Let's skip ahead a little. Alrighty. Let's get it going here. Yep. And they do, because it's kind of really relying on BDD or Klid for the engages to make anything happen here. There's nothing else for the teammates to provide, and Klid is going to get burned super low. He's dead. He is dead. He got interrupted on his dash. BDD's caught on the Cataclysm. He's going to be able to get his Encore across, but Viper's able to dodge it. Everfrost's going to buy some time. BDD barely makes it out, but Rascal arrives just in time to die. EDG are ready to run this one over. 2 dead on the side. No Baron required for EDG in this game, it looks like. They're going to head topside. Waves crashing there. And Flandre's going to go head on up for it. They're going to try to actually get... They need to start getting some inhibs down. And here we go. Yep. Inhib turret is going to go down. Great catches there onto Klid here. Great play from Scout to just interrupt and make sure Scout couldn't do anything. He had Flash available. He just was playing... I think they were trying to greed that out into something. This did not work. And it's still just a 3,000 gold lead here for EDG, so still not out of possibilities here for Gen G. They need to have like the front to back fight that they want. They need this Seraphine to be able to bolster all of their players, shield them up, negate a lot of damage. What else do we have here? Needlessly large rod picked up by BDD. Infinity Edge finished up for Ruler. So still playing catch up with Viper. 5, 4, and 5 is kind of hard to do when you're 2, 4, and 6. Yeah, Cosmic Drive for BDD is really like his favorite item, or for some reason.
careers basically here. Besides the substitute time on T1, so much invested by Scout in EDG and in the LPL.
Mm-hmm. Now comes around. Baron is going to be up in 20 seconds here. That's going to be the major threat, and I don't think Gen G are even going to try to contest it.
Such a well-known player, but it's the really recent times that have brought them back on top. They hadn't been at Worlds in a while.
Well, yeah, EDG hadn't done anything in a long time here. This squad with Clear Love in the background, kind of orchestrating it. Mako trying to lead this team on, and Scout finally rising to the occasion here, and is actually, even though he has not gotten to really face Faker in this tournament and really have the apprentice versus the master, because Scout was under the tutelage of Faker back in the SKT T1 days. He is going to be able to actually, he's positioning himself right now, at least with how this first game's going. He's got a chance to outlast and kind of outplace Faker in this tournament. Now, waves getting cleared out here. EDG turning, and this Baron's going to go down super fast here. Viper is at 4 items completed. He's got his Eye Edge, and Essence Reaver, this is going to get pretty scary. Rascal's going to have to go forward with Clid. It's going to be a jump onto Clid. Clid's going to be brought low, and that's going to be a huge Cataclysm onto 2. It's going to be Encore. It hits nothing, actually. BDD doesn't get anything done here. He's going to go down, and Life is going to be next on the list here. Bullet time over from Ruler to buy time for Life to get out. But it's just going to be Clid, Rascal, and company alive. Flandre is willing to chase this one to the ends of the earth here. I think he believes he could probably 1v5. And with BDD gone, oh, that might be a little bit too much there from Clay. He's going to be forced to flash away exhaust onto Flandre. He's going to be able to execute. He's going to be able to flash over. Turn into a squirrel, but that will be 5 alive for EDG. This Baron will get confirmed. And now Gen G, they need a hope and a prayer. Gold lead is ballooned to about 5k, and frankly, just in comp difference, it's really EDG favor. Their front to back 5v5 is just so much easier. Flandre owns the side lanes. Rascal can't really get much done on this Gwen pick, and JJ can JJ ends up being fully able, because of just the nature of Jarvan, to engage when he pleases, and Gen G just don't have that option. They have to throw out Encores. They have to have just the right, double proc of BDD's E for it to work, to catch anyone. Clid needs to get some amazing, flash kick off to put someone to give them an advantage. So it's really rough here. Gen G and EDG now Eternal Drake, and this could be the game-ending fight right now. BD trying to actually work himself around, trying to find an angle, I think, to really get a good encore, but this is looking a little strange right now. That ward will spot him out, and Life is gonna get chucked down super hard there. The calling from, oh no, he's finishing the game here. Flandre's in the base here, and there's nothing that's really gonna be able to stop him. Teleport's gonna come in, but that's gonna be it. This game's gonna end here without an Eternal Drake, without anything necessary, and Flandre and Scout teleport in. They take out Rascal, and they just backdoor and put Gen G one game down here at the start of this best of 5 series. What a start here for EDG. We'll see you guys in game 2.